cool bite. That was a cool bite. There we go. Super fun to do through the ice. What is going on, guys? Today we are back with another video. We are not lake trout fishing today. Change of scenery, change of pace. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the lake trout content. We're actually up here in the North Woods today. We're gonna be doing a little bit of fishing, not on the Great Lakes, and we're gonna be targeting kind of a combination of probably smallies and maybe a walleye or two swim by and a bite. We'll see. Generally walleye fishing on these lakes, rough to near impossible this time of year. Very difficult fishing. So we're gonna be mostly focusing on whatever bites, but we're hoping that's gonna be smallmouth and maybe some walleyes in here. We'll see what's going on. Mitchell may come out later in the day, so we have that to look forward to. The presence of angling greatness, Big Mitch, and that's kind of the plan. But we're gonna set the shack up. Pretty cold, pretty windy out today, and we're gonna be fishing with kind of one of my favorite late season baits. We'll get in here in, everybody always asks what rod bag I use. This is the 2B Fishing. It's their long one, and I could probably, it's only got 3 slots, but I can probably fit like 6 ice rods in here, and you could fit them up to like 46, 47 inches long. Fished with the Elliott Evolution Series 44 Light, kind of my favorite rod for doing this kind of stuff, and the Acme Tungsten Castmaster, kind of my favorite finessey kind of midwinter presentation right there. And it's compact, but it weighs quite a bit, still at a compact size, because it's tungsten, obviously. Falls quick, fishes fast, and a lot of times it's kind of the deal when you're targeting these midwinter fish. But I'm gonna shut up. We gotta pop the otter up. We'll see you guys inside. We're hoping we get some good underwater footage going on and kind of show you guys what's going on, because a lot of times this spot will just have a lot of life in it this time of year, so it's a cool spot to run the camera. So stay tuned, let's get it going on. Let's get some fish. Fish on right there, right off the bat, dude. It feels like a decent fish too. Wow, that took like no time at all. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. We definitely are in the booster here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely one of the fish we're after right there. Look at that. Wow, right off the bat. Nice smallie. I honestly, it's been so long since I fished up this shallow. I was tweaking my graph to kind of get back where my gain's not so high. I thought I was marking perch the whole time, but look at that. I think it was honestly a couple of these smallies coming up and looking and just kind of darting back down to the bottom. But that is exactly how we want to start things off. And there's literally a fish down there still right now. And in a second here, I'm going to start setting the underwater camera up. It just takes an eternity to get set up when you're ice fishing to film. But look at that. There we go, number one. If we can do that a bunch of times a day, maybe mix in a walleye or two, I'll be a happy guy. Anytime you can come out here late season and jig a bunch of these big, thick, fat footballs, we'll take it. See you later, buddy. That took 2 minutes and 45 seconds for the first clip. Now, normally when that happens, one of two things happen. We're either in for a good day, or this video is just gonna flop out here right after the first fish catch. But judging by the amount of fish down there, we might be in for kind of a good little day here. And there's still a fish marking right at the top of this crib. I'm real close to this crib here. He kind of flickered away, but we'll take it for not fishing very long. Hey, are you actually upset? Oh, we're hooked up. We're hooked up. Fish on right there. On the phone with Shelby, asking if I fed the dogs or not. And the answer, Shelby, was no. I was getting ready to feed them, and then they ate food off the counter. So no, I did not feed them. Here we got a smaller version of fish number one here, but we'll take them all. And I'm in the process of getting an underwater camera set up outside, and the amount of snow and depth of water and lack of light under the ice is making it a little bit of a process. We might have to wait until it gets just a little bit brighter out, or I can flip the lights on it. There we go. Little smallie. They're all fun. We're gonna take every single fish that's a game fish that bites jigging today, because in the late winter, midwinter lull, it can be a grind sometimes. There we go. Smallmouth number 2 of the day. Find your way home, buddy. Find your way home. We'll catch you in the spring on a hair jig or something. There, you got it figured out. All right, well, 2 bites, 2 fish so far, and the that little downsized tungsten cast master with a little chunk of minnow on there, absolute killer. Anytime you got to downsize this time of year. Come on. Well, seemingly a lot of bass around, not all biting. This thing's only been down for like 3 minutes now. We've seen 2 kind of creeping around down there. And if you guys ever wanted the ultimate entertainment while ice fishing, get an underwater camera. I feel like hours can go by just staring at this thing. Got him right there, fish on. Oh man, I tell you what, there's nothing cooler than watch them eat on the underwater camera, even if they ain't that big. We're out here at the end of the season, getting close to the end of the game fish season, getting close to the end of my ice fishing season before I drive south and east and get back in a boat, hopefully in a week or so. But there we go. A little smallie to get things going. I was actually just on the phone with old Mitchell's, and he actually said that he is at the boat landing ready to come out and do some fishing. So I'm glad we could catch one more before the big slowdown happens when Mitchell gets out here. And yeah, I mean, you can't complain too much watching them eat on the underwater camera and catching a few smallies so far this morning, although they have progressively gotten smaller. I think what the plan is when Mitchell comes out is maybe we'll do this for like a little bit longer, then we'll just start running through some other spots, because all I've kind of seen so far is perch and smallies here. And I'll catch smallies all day, but you always just want to run around, especially when you got 2 guys and you can kind of hole hop around, cover a bunch more water. It's always a little bit more productive. Boys, right there, hooked up, fish on. Your Mitchell's out in the shack, and he's like, I gotta conduct some businesses here real quick, and I snatched up the rod. Big it. Look at that, right off the bat. Right off the bat, I broke my jig off though, because I was grabbing the line like a rookie. A bad word. A rookie. A dumb something, that I was gonna say. There we go, there's another one. And I'm having fun. It's a nice little change up from the lake trout fishing. Now, there's obviously nothing more fun to fish for through the ice than big wild trout. But, you know, back on the inland lakes, the smallies are ferocious. And Mitchell, I kind of vote we just get out of the shack here in a little bit. You know, no, we don't go home. You just got out here. Why'd you even come out here if you don't even want to fish? But we get out of the shack and do a little more hole hopping on some other spots that have historically produced some larger fish for me. Got him! That was a cool bite. That was a cool bite. I'm so stuck on the ice.
You want me to net it for you?
Feels like a decent fish.
Looks decent.
Oh!
Look decent on this camera.
I love it. I love it. Not, you know, kind of slowed down here in the last little while. Oh yeah, nice. That is what we're after right there. And getting him to watch him bite on camera. Oh, he's hooked in the bottom lip. I just got stung with the hook for a second. Come on out of here, buddy. He's hooked at just a very precarious spot here, Mitchell. We're just going to go in for him. Grab him. There we go. Another nice smallie. Look how dark and puffed up that fish is. Fishing just in about 19, 20 feet of water right here. Just on one of these spots that has a lot of life, as you can see on camera. And that is exactly what we're after right there. Haven't seen any walleyes yet, and I want to kind of move around and hole hop, but I only brought enough stuff for 1 person. And Mitchell brought enough stuff for 0 people.
I'm just out here to hang out.
I guess you're just out here to hang out, huh?
That's it.
There we go.
We might have saw one walleye too, by the way.
I think that was a sucker. I don't think it was actually a walleye down there. Look at that. Beautiful, big, fat, chunky smallmouth through the ice.
Look how dark that is.
I love it. That one is super dark. And he kind of came in. I got this camera so close. He came in like behind the camera and like swung at it, just kind of like out of nowhere. Kind of a cool bite. There we go. Super fun to do through the ice. There we go. Beautiful smallie going back. We'll take every one of those that wants to bite today. Because in this late winter lull, it's just fun to set the hook.
Oh. Good, how are you?
Oh my gosh, right there. Literally just caught that last one.
Yep.
And another one on right away. Did you guys see that? It literally dropped down and that fish just must have seen it tailing down and just fired up. Fired up bit immediately. Not big, but my gosh, are these things fun. And you know, these fish really group up. I didn't expect this was going to be this many bass just in one spot, but these fish for some reason know that the days are getting longer and they just kind of group up and they get more active as the winter goes on. And to be able to watch them bite on the camera and swim around is even cooler. A little smaller than our last one, but man, they are all fun through the ice. Let's let that guy go. Oh, it's fun. You know, my enthusiasm for crappie fishing or pan fishing this time of year is basically zero, but to come out and target game fish, you know, obviously much more fun. So we've been doing the lake trout grind the last few weeks, keeping our enthusiasm high, but we're having a good time doing the smallie thing today. And there's still another one down there on camera. Look at that, just lurking around down there. We'll get baited up, send it back down. All right, guys, so you know, one of these kind of key locations we're looking for a lot of these smallmouth, and this day's kind of turned into a smallmouth day, which is fine by me, because when it's this time of year, you take all the game fish bites you can get. But one of the kind of key spots you look for is a lot of these kind of late, the same spot that fish really group up on a lot late fall, which is a lot of these mid-depth or deeper humps. Depth is all relative. You know, if you're fishing a basin in your lake that's, you know, let's say the whole basin's 17 feet or 20 feet, and you have like little rock spines out in 18 feet, 17 feet, 16 feet, that's going to be your deeper water areas. And if you're fishing a lake like we're fishing today, where you have a lot of 40, 50 foot basin, so, you know, the deepest kind of points of the lake, and then you have a lot of these mid-depth or deeper humps that a lot of times will be in this 20 foot to kind of 25, 26 feet of water. And most of the time we're either looking for one of two things. Most of the time these humps are big rock in a lot of your lakes. In Wisconsin, there's a lot of lakes that they have, you know, unnatural fish cribs they put into the lakes, which is what's on this spot. And these are a lot of times the spots where these fish really group up a lot late in the fall. Now, they're here the whole winter most of the time. You'll see these smallies here all winter long. It's just that in December and, you know, a lot of times that first little bit of January, they just don't bite very good. You probably watched some of the walleye videos we've done. A lot of these same spots where we might get a smallie, two smallies, and then some walleyes. Well, going later in the winter, these smallies get a lot more active. And they, some reason, know the days are getting longer and they're getting closer to spring. And a lot of times, you know, your first days in a boat, you'll be out here on these really deep spots. And then as that water creeps out of that low 40-degree range, you'll start seeing fish sliding up into some shallower pre-spawn locations. But pretty simple pattern really to fish. Get out here late winter like this, get on a lot of these mid-depth or deeper water, hard bottom humps, and a lot of times you'll be around smallies. And most of the time they like these real small presentations, like this tungsten Castmaster that's real finessey, or even a lot of times going down to like just a tungsten jig and like a bigger crappie plastic's a great way to get bit this time of year. All right, guys, well, it is another cold, windy day in northern Wisconsin, but we came out, caught some fish. Mitchell, he's over there right now. He did not catch any fish, but he didn't really try, so we won't give him too hard of a time. What do you think, Mitchell? He's just hanging out, he says. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Just a quick little morning fishing day, and I'm gonna load up, get out of here, pack for another fun, hopefully lake trout adventure here in the next couple days. Once you get hooked on the lake trout thing and there's enough ice in places to catch lake trout, you just kind of only want to fish lake trout through the ice, and it's a great time of year to do it. So yeah, but hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching some of those fish bite on the underwater camera. and it's always a good time getting out and doing this kind of stuff. Anytime you can catch smallmouth or walleyes with the underwater camera, it's always a good time. But appreciate you guys watching this one. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're not already. Greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone watching. And stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys next time.